match?
So the last 3 matches, including this one, I've had like some struggle trying to find my offense. And it's really just a mental block for me. So yesterday's match, although the outcome wasn't what I wanted, and then today's match, I've had some improvements mentally, and I think they've shown. And then today, pulling off this win really helps with the mental game. So I think today's match was a pretty good strike for me.
How much was his length? Because he kept those legs way back. I mean, for you to try and shoot and get anything there, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it was really hard getting through his elbow. I think they had game planned a little bit because he was tying up my wrists, and getting out of those wrist ties was a little difficult, but it's definitely a little bit of a struggle getting underneath him.
Jersey coach said that you're a guy that he's kind of thrown out into the wolves, and you had some tough stretch of matches, and then you have one right here, and you get fired up after a big win. The crowd gets behind you. Well, how did you feel your struggles kind of build up for a win like tonight?
Yeah, the first couple of my matches up at 97 were rough, but you know, you just can't. You gotta throw it behind you. You know, move forward. You know, coaches believe in you, teammates believe in you. You just gotta go out and freaking wrestle. So that's what I try to do tonight.
How much was the crowd? Because that's what looked like it was so much fun. You start getting the scoring, the crowd. It's almost like you married your spirit and the crowd, and it was all working together.
Yeah, I love Gallagher. That's awesome. That was a pretty good rush at the end there. Hearing everybody yell.
Is that the most fun you think you've had on a wrestling match?
I think so. I think that's up there.
What was it like for you, considering you're from Bixby? I know you've been to a lot of home duels, just watching wrestling, to actually be in it and see the crowd get behind you. Kind of, how did that make you feel?
Yeah, I've been coming to these duels since I was a little kid watching these teams wrestle. So to be able to be a part of it and get out there and perform for my team and get a win, that's awesome, man.
Tagen, heading into tonight, Jones said you guys were going to need some bonus point wins, upset wins, just given the number of toss-up matches that there were. Was that lingering in your mind at all heading into your match?
No, so today I really tried to focus on just keeping my head pretty clear, unless it was my offense for wrestling. So I just knew, I didn't game plan or anything. I just knew that when I stepped onto the mat and the whistle blew, that I was gonna make sure that I made this guy tired, and that I was gonna get myself tired and put my hands on him. I was gonna make him feel me. So I didn't really think of it as a toss-up match. In my head, I was like, as long as I'm keeping myself working, I'm gonna beat him.
Is that kind of the mentality that you've adopted as to during tough times when you may not be scoring as much, is to just kind of relax and then go out into the match, know that he's going to get bruised up, I'm going to get bruised up, I'm just going to go let it fly?
Yeah, so that mentality is something, like I said, the past few matches I've kind of struggled with. In the past, that's been my mentality, and then somewhere along the season so far, I kind of lost it. So trying to find that again is what's going to really help me. And I think I've got my hands on it right now.
Can you pinpoint how that happened? You know, right, like how you lost it at some point?
I think I just get, so when you get into the thick of the season like this, you can do 2 things. You get comfortable with where you're at, or you get scared. And I think I was getting a little too comfortable with my offense and not getting myself tired. If I go out there and I focus on getting myself tired in the match, then my offense I'll just find my offense.
Take me through the sudden victory period.
Sudden victory period was, I knew that if I spent 10 seconds of a burst of energy, that I was going to get my hands on a takedown. So just telling myself mentally to sprint for 10 seconds. It's like a hard thing to do because it's physically demanding, but once you break through that wall, I knew I was going to take him down.
Did you still have gas? Do you feel like you had pretty good gas in the
sudden
victory?
I feel like I had more gas than he did.
Obviously.
Jersey.
What has your mentality been getting into the season? I mean, you're seeing some burn a little bit earlier than maybe you might have with Serber and Plot occupying the heavier weights. So what was your kind of mentality knowing that, hey, I'm going to be wrestling for this team a lot earlier than maybe I might have seen, or even the coaches might have seen?
You know, I came in here and I was like, I knew I want to be on that mat. You know, I don't want to be just trying to go through the motions. You know, you never know when you're going to be called up, so you always have to be ready. You know, you're training with those guys, so you know that you can do it. So
At 197, length could be a problem for you because you're going to see taller guys, but because you've gone up, has that increased your strength?
Yeah, I think it's helped me out a lot, being able to be a little fuller. Yeah, eat. Yeah, I've been a lot bigger before.
Football, yeah.
Yeah.
Jersey, two questions. One, how close are you to one? I mean, you feel like you're kind of light right now for 197? And then the other one, just, I mean, in your situation, you could have gone in and been cautious and just say, hey, I'm not going to give up bonus here. That was not your attitude at all.
No, yeah, 97. I'm right there. I'm not pulling any weight for it, but you know, I'm a strong guy. I can handle it. And yeah, walking out there, Coach Guerrero, he's told me like, hey, you're the man. Go out and show it. So that's just what you gotta do. Can't think about it. Just gotta wrestle.
Anything else, guys?
Did you think you pinned him?
I had no idea, honestly, but I was hoping I was going to.